Welcome to your mat. Welcome to your practice. I encourage you to sit up on something comfortable so that your seat is lifted and your legs can be rested on the floor. And then maybe do what I just did, which is switch the cross of your legs from your habitual cross and to your other cross of your legs. So we begin to notice our subconscious patterns, our habits, and to consciously take back control of the things that may be affecting us that we've just learned to kind of like let run in the background. One of these things may be around giving and receiving. I'm reflecting this week, of course, on relationship and love and life and all of its fullness, and my tendency to give as I'm giving today. And the practice that I've been giving myself, thank you to one of my beloveds, of learning how to really receive. And with that, also noticing how good it feels to give and knowing that that is true for other people as well. When we can really allow ourselves to receive, we are giving someone else the gift of giving. So look, we're giving again. How great. So I want to invite you today as we seek equilibrium in the body, where are parts of us just doing all the work and other parts of us just hanging out, where parts of us subconsciously running the show that we would actually maybe choose to have a different way, where are we habitually over giving or overdoing when we could become more receptive and maybe just as effective in our lives. Let's begin with our hands today, if you will. Turn your left palm up in a gesture of receiving and your right palm down in that giving back. Let's say it's the other way. How about this? You choose. In general, in theory, there's an idea that our left side is our receptive side. Now, I have a friend who's a lefty and she's in my head right now and she's like, it's not like that for me. So feel how it is for you. Maybe you can say, yeah, that left side is the receiving side, and turn that palm up in receiving. And that right side is that giving side. And we're going to turn that palm down, giving back to the earth, giving to yourself, giving to someone else, whatever that might be. When we hold hands in a circle in these parts, also this is the way that we're creating a circuit with the thumbs to the left, left hand up, right hand down. Remember those days holding hands in a circle with people? Maybe you imagine into that right now. Let your left palm receive from the circle of life and your right hand give to that being just next to you. Maybe not as close as they once were, but energetically still, we are giving and we are receiving always. And just notice how it feels to imagine into that receiving from community, from beloveds, from strangers, and giving, imagining giving back to friends, community, beloveds, to strangers. And then bring your awareness to the breath. Each day, about 126,000 times a day, we are being given the gift of breath. Most of these breaths will be unconscious. We just let them happen. And in that way, for most of us, most of these breaths will be shallow. And in our practice, may we delight in the pause that we give ourselves to receive the breath more fully, to notice that we're being breathed, we are being offered life, we are being offered life that we get to choose how fully we say yes to and receive. Now, if you will, imagine this next breath is consciousness, universe, divine itself, offering you life, offering you love, delighting in its creation, you, and receive that breath with your yes to life. Invite the breath to fully enter, deepen, lengthen it, receive it as fully as you can. And pause in the fullness, delighting in the fullness. And then we give back. We don't really know receiving without giving back or giving back without receiving. So we're always doing it, but nonetheless, today more consciously. Today, may it be more fully. Give back fully. Imagine maybe that as you inhale, you're receiving that breath in the left hand in through your heart. And you're feeling that fullness of breath through your chest, your belly, your lower back, and pausing in the fullness behind your heart as well. And as you exhale, you're letting that breath flow out of the right hand, flow back into the earth, back to the beloveds that you're offering to, or the beloved strangers, giving back fully, empty out, and pause in the relative emptiness. Continue, if you will. Receive the breath long, slow, deep, and full. Pause in the fullness. Notice the effects of that full breath. What's happening in your belly or your back? What's happening around the heart? And then let go. Empty out. Give back. Offer that breath to the earth, to the trees, to the dolphins and the whales, to the next being who is alongside of you or coming after you. Receive that breath like love from the universe and give that breath back like love to the universe. Receive that breath like love from the trees and give that breath back, your love, to the trees. Continue in this way. I'll be quiet for a couple minutes and you can imagine into any part of your body mind receiving, and imagine into any one or living thing receiving back as you give fully to it. I encourage you to use the Ujjayi breath to help you really focus on the breath here. Another 10 to 12 breaths. Notice the sensations and feelings that arise, just observing them, not needing to change anything. Is there anywhere else the breath can go that maybe you're resisting to not feel something sensationally, emotionally, physically? Check it out. Invite it in, soften, receive. Last 3 breaths or so in this way. Exhale. Next time, touch the earth or your prop and press down into your prop, being part of that earth there. Rooting down, imagine giving strongly to the earth. Feel how this giving lifts your heart up. Open up through the heart. Breathe wide across the wings of your heart. Imagine receiving this breath of life, this kiss of the love of life for you even more fully. Simultaneously receiving in through the heart, giving down through the hands. Active in your giving, active in your receiving. Follow your next inhale to open wide and gather up. Turn the palms up to the sky and just gather up all that's here for you today, this great spaciousness, this great potential of your practice, and draw the hands together and thank you. Center this offering down through the mind and the mind down into the heart. And let's do that twice more. So let the heart flow down also through the body into your organs, your pelvis, your hips, back down to the earth, giving back. Inhale, open up wide, gather up, welcome, thank you. I receive you fully, gift of life, gift of breath today, and draw that sky down through your mind and draw the mind down through your heart, consciously receiving and giving this gift to your heart. And then bringing that love of your heart, that love for your body, and slide it down, maybe with the hands pressing into the body a bit, down into your belly. Thank you. Belly down and through the hips, grounding out through the legs, giving back. One more inhale, gathering up, and let your breath lead and center in, bringing that great sky breath down through mind down into heart, feeling that love of life, your heartbeat, and sending that heartbeat, that love of life down into your belly, down into your hips and your organs of elimination and reproduction. Thank you, body, and all the wonderful mysteries and magic that happen in the watery belly there. One more time, we're gathering up. This time, we're going to pause at the heart. Press into the palms at the heart and work the shoulders on the back. Lift the heart to the hands and sense your heartbeat. And imagine into any heart quality or energy, any word, mantra, or image that holds that energy that you would choose to welcome in or to cultivate and shine out and give more fully today. Breathe into the receiving of this yes. Imagine yourself rich and full with that, and imagine this your exhale, you shining out, singing out your yes to life, offering this energy back to the world around you and beyond. A couple more breaths, inhaling, receiving fully. Exhaling and fully giving back. Like that, one more. And then inhale into your heart. And if you will, press into your pinkies and thumbs and blossom your heart open. Lotus Mudra with your hands, fingers spread wide as pinkies and thumbs. Press and breathe into this lotus of your heart. Imagine it that blossomed, full realization of the energy that you're choosing to shine out. Big inhale, and we're going to follow the Om to lift this lotus up to the sky and ripple, blossom, unfurl this awesome offering into the world. Oh. Bring the hands back to your heart. Breathe in, reset, blossomed lotus heart. As you're ready, follow your Om up and out, rippling your blossom into the world. Back to the heart reset. Follow your breath. Float your hands down, shake your legs out as needed, and let's come into Balasana, child's pose. A nice receptive earthy pose here, toes together, knees wide. Optionally, you could have the knees together. You could roll a blanket or a pillow or something into your belly, or you could fold your fists up together or even next to each other, wherever they feel best, and give a little pressure into your belly. We're just going to invite some receptive energy today into the belly and giving physical pressure there to invite things to move. Lift and lengthen up out of that. Receive deeply and bow in. Rest your head on the earth or any prop so that you really feel receiving through the head of the hold of the earth, and let the forehead, eyes, jaw, scalp all relax. See if you can feel a little more opening from the pressure into your abdomen of your lower back, the area of the kidneys, adrenals a bit, and the quadratus lumborum. Some other stuff there too, but those might be key. And send a breath to wherever sensation is showing up here. You'll notice the breath is going to want to go in the back body more. You could even intend that more by engaging some opening in the back body. And keep the belly softly receiving the hands, that pressure of your prop or hands, and breathe the back body. Send the breath as much as you can into the lower back, receiving into all of that goodness back there. Simply stay breathful with that, or with your exhales for the next 3 breaths, maybe you add some Brahmari or bee's breath.
And slowly let's unwind, remove your hands or your props, stretch them forward, press the hips back, little wiggle, and follow any exhale to lift from the navel and come on up onto hands and knees. With the hands under shoulders, knees under hips, pull the hands and knees towards one another, spread those fingers wide. Let's give and receive for ourselves right here, if you will, for our spine right now, for our organs, for our whole yummy, wonderful inner landscape. So, if you will, as you pull hands and knees towards one another, pull the shoulder blades down the back, spread those wings of your heart wide, and receive that breath from the sky or the world that you're looking courageously open towards. And as you exhale, it slowly curl in, pull the navel up, and breathe down into your heart here. This could be a lion's breath, more fierce love, or like you're blowing wind or blowing out candles, or just soft mouth, any way that feels good. Inhale, pull on the earth, shoulder blades down the back, lift your tail, lift your crown. Please go slow and steady with this. Let it be a meditation. Fill yourself up, receive courageous, open heart. And as you exhale, curling into yourself, giving that wind of your breath, of your loving offering back into your heart, singing down into your heart. Thank you, body, sending that into the organs as you engage and squeeze there. Pause in the emptiness again. Let your breath lead. We'll do a few more, nice and slow and steady. And then go ahead and step your feet back. Come just onto your hands, or if you'd like, onto your forearms. Plank pose, hold steady. Reach out through the heels and the tailbone. Lift your navel and melt your heart forward. Let this muscular action really hug to center and create a strong core. And then a softening of the heart. As much as you can, ears, shoulders, ribs, hips stay in alignment. Two more breaths. Last big inhale, and follow your exhale to slowly lower your hips down, lower your forearms down if they're not, and pull on the earth. Drag your heart forward. Lengthen out here, point your toes straight back and press strongly into your pubic bone and sacrum. Work your shoulders on the back, shine your heart forward. Deep full breaths here. Feel the efforting of the giving, if you will, through your pelvis and sacrum. Press down. Feel how this is going to give you a nice strong container of stabilization to receive more openly, more fully through your heart. Work the shoulders onto the back. Heart shines forward. Pectoralis muscles get a little stretch there and breathe wide, receiving that breath again across the wings of your heart. 2 or 3 more breaths. Receive that breath of the universe like love for you, its creation. Follow your next exhale to lengthen down and give your body to the earth. Rest your forehead on the earth and interlace the hands on your sacrum. If you can't interlace on your sacrum, that's okay. Just press the hands into the top of your hips. Push into the earth with your hands, with your pubic bone, with your sacrum. Root down. Give strongly back to the earth there, planting. And it is dark moon right now. Tomorrow's a new moon. Maybe you plant something right now. It is a great time here in California to plant things and maybe even to start germinating seeds. If you're in the cold, wintry, snowy places, you could still plant things indoors. So imagine planting right now, giving to the earth, giving a seed of intention into the beautiful dark dirt. Press pubic bone, sacrum down, press so strongly there that maybe you feel other parts start to get lighter. Squeeze the legs. Maybe legs want to lift up, squeeze the shoulders. Pull the hands up and back to where the ceiling and wall meets. Keep the back of the neck long and keep giving so much through that sacrum pubic bone that maybe you feel that lightness, that opening to receive the breath more across the wings of your heart. Optionally, hands could come back down to the earth, legs could stay on the earth, or legs come up. Keep rooting down to find this rising up, giving to receive. Just because it works that way. May we not give just to receive, but it works that way. We receive joy when we give. Whatever we give to something as far as effort, we usually receive that much benefit back in some way at some point. How can you do that for yourself in your practice today or in life? Planting things. 2 more breaths. And receiving the beautiful blossoming of the fruiting. Let your next exhale melt you back down. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Rest the forehead a moment and just roll your shoulders around without any weight on the hands. Just roll them around. Feel that warmth and circulation, movement of fluids that's coming through the shoulders. And then point through the toes, squeeze the legs together, press into pubic bone and sacrum and pull with your hands. Keep them under the shoulders, but pull on the earth and work the elbows and shoulders down the back. Inhale, press into pubic bone and sacrum, open up, lengthen forward. Ride the waves of the breath here. Come to whatever edge of cobra is right for you. You could stay up and just hold the pose if that feels good for you, keeping that balance of giving and receiving, or muscular and organic energy. Breathfulness, receiving and giving it all mostly back. The body's smart. It's always keeping just enough for yourself to be well, to be safe. Maybe do that for ourselves on all layers, even as we give so fully to the world. May we just keep enough to stay well, enough space for sleeping, enough food for nourishment, enough space to enjoy the beauty of the world. Last breath cycle. And then lengthen and lower down. And let's just roll on over to the side for a moment and just receive. So let your bottom arm be bent and the hand hold your head here like a pillow. And we'll be Vishnu on the couch, just dreaming the world into being, speaking of the importance of sleep and dreaming so that we integrate our experiences. And we're going to work on relieving that lower back, the quadratus lumborum here. So this part we're compressing and squeezing in cobra and also the area of the kidneys there. And right now we're going to look to just bring some receptivity into that area without compression. So we're going to bend the bottom knee so that there's more support for your body, fall over here. And then we'll hug the top knee in and place the bottom leg wherever it's good for you to feel stable. Hug your top knee in, and you could stay with that if that feels really good, or extend the leg to the sky. You could hold on to the back of the thigh or reach up and hold on to the foot if you like, and really let that weight of that leg drop into the back body here. You'll probably feel that it softens
and relaxes that big muscle, the quadratus lumborum, that's on either side of the low back, just above the hips. And so we're just looking to mellow that muscle out for a moment, give it a little break, invite it to soften and relax. Please don't overstretch here. If this is a big stretch to reach your foot, don't even try. We're just warming up still. I'm gonna go pretty gentle, pretty slow today because it is the dark moon. Sometimes emotions are a little heavier, sometimes we're a little more tired. We're just gonna be nice to ourselves and be receptive. It's an Aquarius dark moon, the water bearer. Also, it's a water bearer, but also a very airy, spacey sort of sign. And revolutionary thinkers often seeing that wide view on life. And so we're inspired to our own personal revolutions right now as we are in the world. Oh, these big turning times that we're in, these big changes. Yes, to that. May we just receive what's happening a bit for ourselves. And then we're more nourished to be able to give back. So let's go big on this side, and then we'll come back and do the whole little sequence for the other side. And then what does going big mean? Going big means we're going to come up onto that bottom hand, move it forward of the shoulder a little bit before we go big. We'll receive a little more. Hand forward of the shoulder, shrug the shoulder up so that underside body gets all lengthened out. And then we'll step the top foot in front of the bottom thigh, extend the bottom leg out now straight, and then press into that top thigh with your elbow or forearm and roll your face chest towards the ground. So you're getting some nice lengthening in the latissimus, top of the psoas, a little QL maybe there as well. And then we're going to roll it back, a little more back body, the intercostal muscles here as well, the muscles between the ribs. So we're pressing into that top leg a bit and just rotating towards, getting the side bodies that wrap around the front as you curl in, and those side body muscles that wrap around the back as you curl towards your leg or open up more towards it. Couple more breaths. That shoulder shrugs up to elongate the side body there. We'll come out of that in a moment. Focus on the shoulder integration. You could stay and play with that as you like, or here it is, shoulder integration. Press into the hand, scoop that shoulder blade down and feel how it lifts the heart. Activate the bottom foot, flex it a lot, and let's push into both feet, lift up. Bring that top hand to the top thigh, going bigger with the pose. So you come back down if you like and go where we were, or here into the hips and low back a little more. Press into that top thigh and exhale as you curl in, face towards the floor. Squeeze the navel back, hold the breath out. That should again get right there in the lower back. And then inhale, push into both of your feet, lift that top hip and stretch that top arm forward. Oh, that's just so good for me today. I hope you like that one. Hello, glute med, outer hip muscle there. Exhale, press into that thigh, drop the hip down, pull the navel back, spiral towards the ground. Push into the feet, lift that top hip and stretch that top arm overhead. Let's just do 3 more. Of course, come down to the earth sooner if 3 is too many for you today. Listen to your body. I'm here to make suggestions. And the most primary suggestion I'll make is listen to your breath. Listen to your body. Do what's right for you. And when you're ready, we're going to take that top arm up and over, push into your feet and step them back. Paddle it out in down dog here. Pull back from the core and breathe, down dog. If you need to take a break off the hands altogether right now, you could press back into child's pose. Options. Paddling out in down dog, or step the feet wide and bend both knees. Inhale into your back body as you elongate it. And exhale and try to keep that elongation of the spine and straighten your legs. Relax your neck. Let's go a few more of those.
Inhale, keep stretching back, strong core, lengthen out. And then exhale, lift from the navel and ripple forward like a wave into plank. Again, you could stay in a regular plank or come on down to your forearms. Tilt the pelvis, reach out through the tailbone, lift up through the navel, pull on the earth a bit, drag shoulder blades down the back and the heart forward. Long, slow, deep, full, delicious breaths right there. Find that giving and that receiving in the fullness of the breath. Receive the love of your breath here. Receive maybe a little shakiness as the core gets stronger. And let go. Give that heat of your life force back. May it be for a blessing. 3 more breaths. Follow your next exhale and lower down, hips to the floor. Pull with your forearms as you press into the pubic bone and sacrum. Root so strongly again into your planting. You're rooting down here that you're opening up even more fully, receiving more breath wide across the wings of your heart. Yes. Yes to life. Yes to your offering. Yes to this embodiment. And then drag yourself forward, spine long, rest your forehead, interlace the hands on the sacrum. I'm going to repeat all the patterns today. Intentionally, consciously. Maybe though, here you take your non-habitual clasp. Notice how you probably subconsciously clasp the same way every time. See if you can bring the opposite thumb on top. It probably feels weird, and that's good. Weird is good after all. Push down through sacrum and pubic bone. Push out and point through your toes. Press so strongly through sacrum and pubic bone that you can really bounce the elbows to the sky, squeeze the shoulders on the back. Stay with that, or as inspired, pull your hands up and back towards where the ceiling and wall meet. And again, root that pubic bone and sacrum so strong that maybe you feel a lighting up, a lifting, a receptivity across the chest. Maybe a lightness in the legs. Squeeze the legs. A couple more breaths. Last inhale and follow your next exhale to lower down. Rest your forehead. Bring the hands under the shoulders and just roll the shoulders around a moment. Pull with your hands on the earth. Elbows and shoulder blades down and back towards the hips. Press into your pubic bone. Point through the toes. Nice strong snake's tail. Give to the earth to open up and receive the sky, the breath. 3 more breaths here, coming in and out of any edge of cobra or playing with cobra. Maybe look over one shoulder as you pull the other shoulder down the back. Last inhale. As you exhale, lower down. And let's roll it on over. Second side, just being beautiful here. Hanging out in rainbow land for me. I love this time of day when the light comes through my crystals and little weird plastic stuff you can put on the window to make rainbows. That too. So taking pause here, maybe bend that bottom leg or adjust as needed so that you'll feel supported here and won't fall over, although there's not far to go. When you're ready, go ahead and pick that top knee up and hug it in and feel the different sort of action that's happening in the low back after the back bending. Stay with that, or when you're ready, extend the leg to the sky. Again, you can hold on to the back of the thigh, the calf, or the foot, maybe. See what's right for you. And just become receptive here. Just
seeing what sensations arise, what emotions, maybe thoughts or colors, rainbows, shapes, what's present right now for you. Receive the weight of that leg into your low back. See if you can feel a softening there. Please feel free to stay here and dream the world into being as long as you like. We need dreamers. And or when you're ready, we're gonna go back to more active stretching. Step that top foot in front of your bottom thigh and come on up to your bottom hand. That hand is forward of the shoulder again, so there's lots of space for your shoulder to shrug up and that bottom side body, oh yum, just to get so much good opening there. And when you're ready, we'll play with that. You can press into that top thigh to get a little more dynamic stretch here and roll the face chest to the ground. Breathe into that stretch of the fingers of the muscles between the ribs. And whatever else is happening, again, maybe top of the psoas, latissimus, and then press in and roll towards that top thigh. Pause anywhere you like that feels extra sensational or resistant. That's actually where we want to stop the most and bring the breath. Notice resistance, sensation, or what we may have once called pain as sensation. Unless it's sharp pain, get out. But let it be received as communication from the body. So often we resist resistance. We resist pain and sensation. We close down around it, which in the end only exacerbates it, makes it worse, and then even distorts it in a way that we don't know what it was or where it came from anymore. And so the practice of yoga, we slow down. We bring our breath into those areas of intensity, of resistance, of pain or sensation, emotional or physical, and we inquire, what message do you have for me? What needs to be heard or seen here? And sometimes that's all, just paying attention to it, hearing it, seeing it will help move and change things. It will just melt away. It's like when a little kid's crying sometimes and they just want your attention. You give them your attention, they're like, okay, I'm fine. Then they go off and do their own thing, and you're still trying to give them attention and tell them it's all good. Then they're gone. And so it's, I think our bodies are like that, all the parts of our body, like little children, and those aches and pains are they're fussing. And if we ignore it, it'll get worse. And if we give it attention, often it just melts away. Let's come back to center. Scoop that shoulder blade down and really let that plugging in of the shoulder blade lift the heart. Put the hand where it feels good there to keep that heart really lifted. Your right foot or top foot is standing in front of your bottom thigh. And flex that bottom foot a lot. We're going to press strongly into both hand to that thigh, moving it away from you towards the bottom foot, and exhale, pull the knee back as you dip that bottom hip down and spiral, look inward, squeeze the breath out, emptying there, giving back. Inhale, push into your feet, lift your hips to the sky, lift that top arm up and overhead, long side body stretch. Inhaling, receiving. Exhale, press into that thigh, spiral and giving, turning down to the earth. Inhale, pressing in, lifting up. Exhale, turning in. We're going to go 3 more. If it's too much, please just come back down to the earth to stretchy or restful. Otherwise, a little muscular action here. A couple more breaths. And then take your time. Next inhale, stretch forward and pivot. Come back into downward dog. Options here, you could take down dog or come into all fours or child's pose, of course. Press into your hands and wiggle your hips back, wiggle, 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 in down dog or child's pose. Claw the fingertips, strong hands. You could step the feet as wide as the hips if you like, and then bend the knees as wide as your middle toes, middle knees, middle toes in alignment, and pull the hips up and back. Really, really pull so you could feel your wrists get light, maybe even dance up onto the fingertips for a moment, pulsing up out of the wrist, especially the one that you were just on. If you want to just get that nice and light, claw those fingertips whenever you're ready. Strong fingers, light wrists, core pulls back, and you can play again with bending and straightening the knees. When you're ready, downward dog. Step your big toes to touch. I walk my dog in circles. Step your big toes to touch. Pull back from the core strongly. Inhale. And then exhale, pivot. Knees and toes to the one side, hips to the other side. And let the hips and knees, hips and heels go to the side that you first did. Remember that first side that we were on. And inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, pivot and twist. Inhale, straighten out. Exhale, pivot and twist. Squeeze the navel back, bend the knees deep, hips towards the heels. Inhale, straighten out, pivot through center. Exhale, bend the knees deep, hips towards heels. Knees and toes are pointing the same direction. And just follow your breath side to side, maybe twice again each side, or you can always rest in child's pose and just come back to fullness, breath, fullness, and notice what sensations, what emotions are present. Where's the challenge? What's that doing to the breath? And once you're even on both sides, pivot on over to your first side plank pose, Vashisthasana, and take pause there. You could be on the top foot. It could be a kickstand. It could be on the bottom shin. It could support you there. You could be on the bottom forearm if that hand is feeling like too much. Lots of ways to find a side body pause and open here. If you've got more space, you could reach for that top knee or foot, maybe, and extend it up to the sky. Please stay as you are or step the top foot behind you. Squeeze your booty, lift your hips and heart, and open up into a wild thing. Deep full breaths where you are. Move through a vinyasa or come back to rest in downward dog or child's pose. And take your time. When you're ready, make your way back to down dog. We'll do our dance again. Step the big toes to touch. Pull back from the core with an inhale, and as you exhale, pivot and twist, bending the knees deeply. And take your time as inspired. So roll it on over to your second side. Scoop that bottom shoulder blade down, bottom hand or elbow should be a little forward of the shoulder. Again, you could be on the bottom shin. It could be having the top foot as a kickstand to support you. You could be on the bottom elbow. Maybe if you want to go bigger, hold the top knee, or possibly hold the top foot and extend the leg up. Stay as you are or step the top foot behind the bottom knee. Squeeze your booty, lift your hips, lift your heart. Let your head and arm fall back. Breathe, wild thing. Receptive here. Courageously open, receptive, receiving. Breath of sky, opening your body, your mind, your life to whatever's coming. Stay as you like or flip it over. Vinyasa flow or pause, down dog or child's pose, and breathe. You could go through another vinyasa or two, or take pause in child's pose. Press your hips back. Breathe your lower back. Maybe rest with one hand holding the other wrist and give some weight into the back body here, grounding. Become receptive. Go ahead and be active if you like. Otherwise, receptive here in Balasana, child's pose, and breathe. Big breaths into the lower back. So with that, optionally, if it felt good in the beginning, you could also wrap the hands in here and make fists, or bring any prop into your belly. Make a little more space in your lower back. Maybe a couple rounds of Brahma or bees breath here, like the end of the Om and NG sound, to add to the effect of it. You could lift pelvic floor, navel, eyes, and tongue all towards third eye center. Take your time. When you're ready, let's unwind. Flow the right foot forward. We're going to come first into a receptive lunge. So, also called a yin lunge. We're going to rest the chest on the front thigh. Pad the back knee if you need to. Give your front shoulder and chest to that front thigh as much as you can. Really give the weight of your body to that thigh. And then walk the hands back to take the weight off the hands. Let your head hang. Bow into yourself and just become receptive. Feel your being breathe. Welcome that breath and welcome it to be even deeper and fuller. Again, notice what sensations, what emotions, what thoughts, colors, shapes, what is coming up, what wants to move through you. Breathe into it deeper, fuller, let it go as fully as you can. Maybe give it sound, a few more breaths here. Can you let the head go anymore? Let thinking go. And then take your time. Follow your breath to unwind. Turn the back toes under, lift the knee, pull the feet together, squeeze to center. Begin to create, again, a strong container, a strong foundation here. Squeeze inner thighs together, hips square, feet press into the earth and pull towards one another. Send the weight into the back foot a little more. You could press onto the front thigh to come up. You could bring hands to hips to come up. When you're ready, come on up and pull right hip back, left hip forward. Press down through your hips and lift and lengthen up through the body. Work the elbows and shoulders on the back. Feel that strong activity through the legs. And breathe. Lift of your heart. You could stay here with hands on hips as long as you like. Or from here, we'll give back. Offer the arms out, up to the sky. Lift your heart, squeezing in. Offer your heart up. Breathe up and out through your leg, your heart, your arms, the long back of the neck here. Don't let the head drop back. Keep the ears in line with the shoulders, upper palate, ears smiling back, back of the neck long and not closed. You could hook your thumbs here and pull, or clasp your hands and pull to work the shoulders on the back. Breathe your heart open. Keep those hips squaring. Lengthen out, deep full breaths. Active warrior or hero pose here. Breathful body, breathe your I am. Shine it out, your offering to the world that I am. And how good does that feel to give? Imagine into that. It feels that good for other people too. Imagine that. Let yourself receive the offerings of other people if you want to, if you want it. Discernment, breathfulness, listening with the wisdom of the body. Big inhale and stretch it out. Next, exhale, let's float that back heel down, arms down, interlace the hands behind you again, or hook your thumbs, pull on whatever holds you've got, work the shoulders on the back. Root into the outside, that back foot, lift the arch and bend that front knee deep. Any edge of back bend here, again, open your heart to sky and breathe your heart. Yes, I am. Stay here as you like, or humble warrior. Give your upper body back to the earth. Lead with your heart forward and dive in. Again, you could rest on that front thigh or dive all the way inside it. Squeeze the palms, shoulders, relax the neck, bow in. Stay there as you like, or at any point you could bring the hands or forearms down inside that front leg. Rock and roll right there. Lower the back knee down if you like, or bring the forearms down, lizard lunge. And this could be more active or receptive as you like, wherever you're at. Big full breaths in the nose and soft jaw, soft tongue, breath out the mouth. Options. You could come up and we'll move through a vinyasa here, or just come up and parallel your legs and give your knees and your booty a little shake out. Just let everything bounce and get fluid, nice and loose, or just bow in. Give your head to the earth. Imagine emptying out your head, your neck, your spine, your shoulders, releasing a roll or wiggle of your shoulders, release any burden in the shoulders there. Flow here, rest here, or if you're a headstander and you want to play here, play here. You've got another 5 or 6 breaths here. And then a vinyasa or step switch, second side. Yin lunge, back knee down. Rest the chest and the shoulder on that front thigh. Really give the weight of your body to that front leg. Walk the hands back so you're not on the arms, and let the head go as much as you can. Of course, notice that the more you let the head go, the more sensational that open side hip gets. Whew, yeah, so maybe you're resisting that a bit, gripping in the head, neck, or jaw. Can you receive it a bit more? Receive the opening, receive the messages from your body, the sensations or emotions. Breathe into it and just let yourself be with what is here. Hence the receptivity of the pause, not trying to change anything. Just listen inward now. A few more breaths. And take your time. Stay there longer if your body asks you to, please. Or come on up, back toes under. At any point, you could come up real slow, just hands to the thigh. And then when you're ready, maybe lifting the back knee. Maybe bring the hands to your hips, square your hips up, front to back, side to side. Bend the front knee towards over that ankle. And push hips down, lift and lengthen up out of the waist. Work the elbows and shoulders on the back. Lift your heart. Deep full breaths here. Stay there. Or you could lift the arms to the sky, hook your thumbs or clasp your hands and pull on whatever hold you've got. Or just let the arms come up and relax the shoulders. It's up to you. If you'd like to, that grip of the hands is to work the shoulders onto the back and find more opening through your heart. Wherever you're at, find that balance of efforting, giving to this pose, giving to this energy of your hero or warrior pose, and then receiving fullness of breath. Receiving ease wherever you can, even in this active, dynamic, powerful place. Staying receptive, listening. Honoring your body and the gifts of life all around you. Please stay there as you like, or inhale there. Follow any exhale to drop the back heel down. Foot is at a 45-degree angle and interlace the hands behind you. Again, maybe non-habitual clasp, opposite thumb on top. Weird, do it. Pull on the hands, squeeze the shoulders. Pull the hands back, lift your heart, and find any edge of back bend. Breathe and repeat your heart's yes, I am. Slide the ears back, a little dip in the chin, long back of the neck. Stay breathful to any edge here as long as you like, or big breath in as you exhale. Pull that front hip back, push into the outside of the back foot and lead with the heart forward as you rest again on the or dive inside it. Squeeze the shoulders, relax your neck. Again, imagine just emptying out here, releasing any burdens from your shoulders, any busyness, old stories, limiting beliefs, whatever it might be, releasing that from the neck, the brain, letting go. Stay with that, or at any point, float the arms down, bring the hands inside the front leg, back heel up, maybe back knee down if you'd like, maybe come to the forearms. And big breaths here, lizard lunge, breath in the nose, breath out the mouth. Please stay here longer if you like, or move through a lost vinyasa. And play as you like, or make your way through to lying on your back. Come to lay down. Lay on your back and just hug your knees into your chest. Take your time getting there. Hug your knees in and give a little rock and roll into your spine there. Receive that massage from the earth. Oh, I thank you, earth. We don't have a whole lot of masseuses we can see right now, so it's good to feel you massaging my back. Use that steadiness, that strength, that support of the earth beneath us, because she said we could, and place the feet down. You're welcome to stay just rocking and rolling around all you like. You can also grab a block or a pillow or something and put it underneath your hips here and go for a more passive opening. Otherwise, last couple poses here, we're almost done. We'll bring the elbows alongside the body, bend the elbows, press into elbows, squeeze the shoulders on the back, lift your chin. Press into the center back of the head, elbows and shoulders lift and puff up the chest. And then pull your lower ribs down, pull your navel down. Next inhale, push into your heels and lift up. We want to keep heels, knees, and the hip points, the bones on the front of the hips, all in alignment. See if you can feel into that. Here's where you could put a block or a pillow under your sacrum or squeeze onto a block, or imagine you're squeezing onto a block to get a little more strength and integrity here. Stay with that or interlace the hands behind you. Squeeze the palms together, maybe non-habitual clasp. Once you activate muscularly into the back body in this pose, please do not turn your head to the side. Work the shoulders on the back. Press strong into the earth. Squeeze your booty, lift your hips, lift your heart, lift your chin. And breathe wide across the wings of your heart. Simply breathful here, or I want to invite you to sing sigh, laugh, cry, or just vibrate long tones, if you will. Open jaw, open throat. Let's shine up that jewel of our heart, rich with unconditional love for ourselves and all beings. Shine it out like a jewelry cleaner, vibrating the heart with awe. Exhale, empty. Inhale your heart's yes, your intention. Open jaw, open throat. One more. Come on down, release the arms, ripple your spine down, step the feet wide, arms up overhead. Inhale, stretch as you twist. Exhale through center, massaging in hips. Inhale, stretch as you twist. And stay and play with that as you like, just side to side. Or the next time that both knees come to your right, cross your right ankle over your left thigh, draw it down. Stretch that out, breathe into that. Stay with that as you like, or with right ankle over left thigh, pick that left thigh up and interlace the hands behind the left thigh. Flex those right toes back strongly. Right ankle is straight and strong. Pull bottom thigh back as you ease top thigh away and soften your jaw. And breathe your hip. Please stay with this longer. I am moving towards the end here. Or I want to invite you into a twist. So you could unwind into any twist, or keep that top leg, the right leg, spiraling over the bottom leg. Cross them over as much as you can. If you can, hook the toes on the inside of your left ankle or calf. If not, pressing into the outsides of the calves is fine, or just stack the knees up. But creating this hook can keep a nice strong engagement of the SI joint and also be a deeper twist, so it's safer and deeper. Press into the bottom heel and shift your hips over to the left. So if you're, sorry, that's over to your right. So if your left leg is standing on top there, if your right leg is standing on top, your hips are to the right, and so forth. And the knees are coming cross body to the right. You're coming onto the side body for a moment there, and then press that top thigh bone down, top hip away from the ribs, and lengthen that top arm up. Breathe that top side body long. Flow that top arm open and out to the side. Lift and turn your head as far into that ear as you can. Scoop the shoulder blade down. Breathe your twist. Big breaths in the nose. Breath out the mouth. Again, if you sigh it out, if you tone it out, create a little more vibration, it's more fun. And you're getting more stimulation for the nervous system. You're extending that exhale more, releasing more metabolic waste. So I highly encourage these tonings. Last couple of breaths here, but listen to your body, of course. If your body asks to stay longer, make the choice. When you're ready to, Unwind your legs. And again, step the feet wide, knees bent. Inhale, knees side to side. Please stay with that as you like. Or the next time that both knees come your left, cross that left ankle over your right thigh, draw it down. Second side. Inhale and stretch that out. Stay with that as long as you like, or follow any exhale to keep the setup of the legs. Pick the bottom thigh up and interlace the hands behind the bottom thigh. Pull the bottom thigh back and flex those top toes, probably your left toes, as strongly as you can so that left ankle is straight and strong. Relax your jaw, your tongue, and breathe your hips. Please stay with that. Play with any variations of this shape or keep spiraling. Spiral that left leg around the right. Hook those left toes, maybe inside that right ankle or wherever you can get a nice lock of the legs or choose your twist variation. If you've got that lock of the legs with the left leg on top, that right heel is going to land first. And we shift hips out to the left and take that top leg or left leg cross body to the right. You kind of roll over onto that side a little bit and then push that top hip down, stretch that top arm up, lengthen out that top side body, big full breaths. Stay with that, or as inspired, flow that top arm open, lift and turn onto that left ear, look towards the hand and breathe your twist here. Deep full breaths. Breath in the nose and breath out the mouth, pull the navel back, sing it out, sigh it out, laugh it out, cry it out, let it go. Again, please stay with that longer if your body asks you to, or unwind. Unwind everything. Come on back to center. Hug your knees in and give a little massage again into your lower back. You could stay with that variation or happy baby. Elbows inside the knees or thighs. Hold your ankles or over the tops of the feet and flex your feet to the sky as you pull your knees down to the earth. Pull the knees down at the same time. Push your heels to the sky and try to get your low back curve up. Sacrum down, low back curve up, knees down, heels press up. So some isometrics here, opposite actions to help relieve any tension in the low back. Also, of course, it's happy baby. So you can just rock that baby, massaging into the low back. It's okay if it's rounded. Articulating the curve can be beneficial. Rounding and massaging into it can feel good. So play with it. See what's right for you. Listen inward. Are there any other last movements or shapes that you would like to take before we come into a final resting? Maybe you want to gather some props for supported final resting. Maybe you want to roll over and drape up at any point for a meditative seat as your final resting. Listen in. What's right for you? If you are on the live stream today, know that, yep, I'm going long today and it's 12:09 and you're welcome. So any comfortable resting place, And when you're resting, if you do have lower back stuff going on, it can be helpful to have a bolster, a pillow pile, or something underneath the knees. So the heads of the femurs are moving into the back body. Again, we're getting that grounding, that weightiness that can help to relax the lower back and, by the way, your nervous system. Find what's right for you, whatever support, whatever final shape. And then once you find that final shape, inhale and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze muscles to bones. And exhale, let go. Again, inhale, gather up any tension. Hold it, exaggerate it, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze it. And exhale, melt, 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 let go. Give your body to the earth. If there's any residual busyness or pain, again, just give it a big old hug. Give it a hug. Squeeze it and then just receive. Receive, melt, let go. Let yourself be held and hugged by the earth. Breathed by that sky. And take a few thank you breaths. Inhaling, receiving that breath fully. Thank you, breath of sky. As you receive that breath, let it move through your heart and send this breath like a thank you, I love you, into your body. Receive that breath of thank you, I love you. Send it to your body. Thank you, body. Thank you, body. I love you, body. I love you. Maybe you find yourself resting again with one palm up and one palm down, remembering into our meditation today of receiving love, breath, aliveness fully, and giving back love, breath, aliveness fully. And maybe this is your meditation and you continue with some intentional breaths, washing, especially in the areas of body and mind that need more attention. Maybe simply release any efforting and melt and let yourself be held and breathed. Beautiful, whole, perfect child of the universe, ever changing, healing, renewing. The universe in love with its creation, breathing it, kissing and blessing it with life force. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I love you. I encourage you to stay resting or in meditation as long as you like or are able. When you're ready to come back, let it be the breath that guides you back. Breath and awareness first. Just notice your breath. Notice the subtle sensations of breath moving through your nostrils, your throat, the length of your spine. Feel the effect of breath into your front and back bodies, side bodies. Notice the breath moving your organs, massaging them. Notice how the breath responds as you give it attention, how it gets a little deeper, a little fuller. Like everything, breath too loves your attention. Are there things that we love or that are important to us in our body, our mind, our life that we haven't been paying attention to? Things that are calling us by way of sensation or crying, fussing. I hear you. I see you. Thank you, body. Thank you, body, mind. Thank you, life. Where would we like to direct a little more of the sweetness of our life force today, of the energy of our practice? Breathe into imagining that and begin to wiggle and sparkle and stretch and reach out. Imagine bright lines of your yes, clear lines of energy moving from your body out into the world. And stretch and fly and flow as inspired. And whenever you're ready, make your way back to a seat. Take your time if you're laying down. First, make your way to one side and then back to any easy seat. Pause in the transitions. Take pause to just feel your body. Feel your breath. Notice if there's any habitual holding or unnecessary holding. And give thanks to the parts that have been holding that don't need to. Thank you. I now relieve you of your duty. And give thanks to the parts that are doing the holding, the work, the efforting, the strength to lift your spine up tall, to plug into earth and sky, to open your heart wide. Thank you. Thank you for your service. I need you. And then allow those parts that don't need to be at work to soften and relax and be receptive, listening to the wisdom of the body, listening to the messages coming in from the world around us. Thank you. Receptivity. Thank you, activity. Thank yourself for giving to yourself today. Thank you. Thank yourself for receiving today. Thank you. And thank you to all of those who practice with us throughout all time and space. Thank you to all of my teachers, gurus, and lineages rippling back through the earth, all of our ancestors rippling back to India. Thank you to my teachers from the Kashmiri Valley, way back in time. Thank you for these practices, and thank you to all of those who've expanded and evolved these practices, and thank you to the permission to do that as we modify our practices to each individual, each time, each moment. May we awaken to our interconnectedness, our oneness, to the gifts that we are to one another. May we receive gratefully. May we give with unconditional love and kindness. Exhale and pour your breath out. Inhale your heart's yes, if you will join me. One great Om. Bow in, if you will, into the light of your own heart, into this very same light within all beings. I honor you. Thank you. Namaste. And to the earth, thank you for all the teachings, the beauty, the nourishment, the abundance. Jai Bhumima. Thank you. Thank you all to all those on the live stream today. You can find me on Patreon, YouTube, or my website, Lucid Yoga or Lucid Movement and Yoga. All your donations are welcome through PayPal or Venmo or however. And requests and comments are also welcome. Much love to you. Namaste. Namago.
Thank you, Lucid.